Hello, kindergartners! I'm excited that we get to be back for another week of learning. I hope you are doing lots of learning and exploring and reading at home. Today we get to do two fun things. First, we are going to practice blending some sounds together to make a word. And then we are going to read a just right book. And before we get started though, I want to introduce you to our special guest. They are hopping along. It is Responsible Rabbit. Today, Responsible Rabbit is going to be here to play a game with us because we're going to be doing a game where we're going to be hopping and jumping. And I know that Responsible Rabbit can handle it and make safe and responsible choices with their bodies. But before we jump into our game, our super fun game, I know that some of the things that we might be doing today can be a little bit challenging. But I want to remind you of two things. There are some things that Miss Kozu's class always likes to say, and I want to say it with you today. First, I want to remind you that you can do it. And now I want you to say it to yourself. I can do it. And the second thing I want to remind you of is you can work hard and learn from your mistakes. So I want you to say it to yourself. I can work hard and learn from my mistakes. Sometimes when we're sounding out words, we might not sound it out the first time. We might have to try it again and again and again. But guess what? We are all still learning to read. So I want you to just try your very, very best and remind yourself that you can do it and you can work hard and learn from your mistakes. Okay, so let's look at our learning goal for today. I already talked about it a little bit. I'm gonna hold it right here. And you might notice that the words that are underlined in red are sight words. So maybe you could read those words with me and maybe try to read some of the other ones. I can blend sounds together to read a word. What does that mean? Well, if you look down here, you might recognize this. And if you watched Miss Lay's video from last week, you guys did some of this practice last week. So we have bat. Okay, so when we see a word that we might not know, we want to try and sound it out. Think of the sounds that each letter makes and then say them so that you can practice reading it. So let's start with just a quick example. How about okay. So look at each of those letters, D-O-G. What sounds do each of those letters make? D-O-G. D-O-G. Dog. Dog, you've got it. Nice job. Okay. So that was just a practice one. Today, when the game that we're going to play, you are going to need to get up and you're going to need to hop around a little bit. Or if you really don't want to get up, you could practice this by clapping. You could also practice it by doing a different movement that you choose. Okay? So hold on just a second and I am going to meet you, I don't know where, but somewhere so that we can practice this because I need a little bit more space. All right, friends, are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, so we are going to play a game where we are going to, for each letter that we see, we're going to say the sound and then we're going to listen to the sounds that we're saying and we're going to try and figure out what word we are reading, okay? So let's watch an example. I've got Responsible Rabbit here and they are ready to show us how it's done. Okay, so on the ground, you see these letters. We have D-O-T. And as Responsible Rabbit jumps on each letter, they're gonna say the sound that that letter makes. And at the very end, they're gonna think to themselves, what do those sounds blended together make? Okay, let's see Responsible Rabbit do it first. You ready? Here we go. D, ah, t. I don't think I got it that time. Let's try it again. D, ah, t. D, ah, t. Dot. You got it, Responsible Rabbit. Way to go. All right, now I'm going to change one of the letters. And now it is a C. I wonder if you can figure it out. Responsible Rabbit, can I do it this time? Thanks for being so kind. Okay, here we go. K, ah, t. I'm thinking to myself, k, ah, t. That says cot. And a cot is kind of like a bed. A lot of times a cot is what you might sleep on if you bring a bed camping. All right, Responsible Rabbit, you ready for the next one? Let me get my next letter. Okay, I'm gonna change the C to an H. Think to yourself. Okay, Responsible Rabbit's gonna go ah, t. Hot. You got it, Responsible Rabbit. Nice job. And some of you might notice something. Have you noticed that I'm only changing the first letter? So it's O-T. So if you watched Miss Lay's video last time, this is the OT word family. Okay, let's go for another one. Responsible Rabbit, I'll let you go again. Ah, t. Ah, t. Not. You got it. Nice job. Okay, so we have done the OT, the OT family. Now we are going to try and change the middle sound. Okay, what would you do if I did this one, Responsible Rabbit? Okay, you ready? Here we go. Ah, t. Ah, t. Nut. You've got it, Responsible Rabbit. And now I am going to change the middle sound or the vowel to an E. You ready? Okay. N-E-T. N-E-T. Net. Nice job, Responsible Rabbit. All right, friends, those are all the practice ones we're gonna do right here, but I've got more for you. Responsible Rabbit, you did a great job. Nice job hopping along all those letters, saying the sounds, and then blending them together. You did excellent. So did you guys. But guess what? We are not done. We've got more for you to do. But this time, I'm going to put them all up for you to see, and you can pause the video and you can practice them yourselves. And if you don't feel like hopping along, you don't have to. You could clap. So it might sound something like this. D-A-T, D-A-T, dot. And so for each letter, you're clapping one time for the sound that it is. D-A-T. Okay, so I'm going to show you. There's a whole board. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. And these 6 words are going to be in the Just Right story that we are about to read. Okay, so here are your words. You can go ahead and pause the video so that you can practice reading all of these. You can hop along. If you don't feel like hopping and you're feeling a little bit tired, you could clap. And when you are done, I am going to read them with you. Okay? I also want you to notice that all of the ones in the middle are red. That means that they are a vowel. Remember, our vowels are A, E, I-O-U, A, E, I-O-U. Those are all the vowels. All right, friends, let's see how you did on these. Okay, let's read them together. Cat, cat. D-I-D, did. Mom. Fan, D, dad. Sun. Nice job. You guys are really moving and grooving on our learning goal for today. You are doing a great job blending. And friends, if you want to keep practicing blending at home and you don't have these little things, that is okay. You could do it with magnet letters if you have magnet letters at home. You could even use chalk and write words outside and do the outside. Or you could make your very own letter cards if you wanted and put them in different orders to make different words, and you can practice sounding those words out. Now we are going to get into our Just Right book, and a lot of the words that we were practicing sounding out today are in this book. But I just remembered one last thing before we get into our book. There are 2 words in this book that we might not know yet, and we probably are not going to be able to sound them out just yet. These are sight words, but these are sight words that we have not learned yet. But some of you might know it. So these 2 words are going to be in our story. So, this first one is where. W-H-E-R-E. Where, like where are my sunglasses? And the second word is here. H-E-R-E. Here, like, are you here today? Hello, readers. I am so excited because we get to read a Just Right book today. And I know some of you have already read this story, but I know that those friends also know how to use their reread power, and they know that when they reread a story, they can become a stronger and better reader. And for my friends that have not read this story before, I'm excited that we get to read it together. Now, before we read the title, I want us to take a second to use some of our reading superpowers. So I would like us to use picture power, and I want you to look at the picture and think, what do you think this story might be about? Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit of what I'm thinking. So I see the character. Remember, the characters are the people or animals that are in a story. And I see the character is a little boy. And I also see that another character might be this cat. And I'm looking at the little boy, and I kind of see him going like this. He kind of seems like he might have a problem, but I don't know what that problem is yet. And I'm also looking at the picture a little bit more. I'm wondering if anyone can figure out what the setting or where the setting is for this story. And remember, the setting is where the story takes place. I'm going to let you keep thinking about that, and maybe we can revisit after we've read a little bit more. All right, readers, are we ready to read that title? Okay, the very first word of the title I notice is a sight word. All right, here we go. My cat Dot. My Cat Dot by Elizabeth Johnson, illustrated by Beegee Tolpa. All right, readers, we ready? Let's go. Okay, the first thing before we even read our story, I want us to use another one of our reading superpowers, and I want you to see if you notice any snap words or sight words. Are there any words that we already know? And I'm going to give you a clue. Do you guys remember the word that we just learned? Where. That's one that we haven't learned as a class yet, but where is in there. I also see, I see another sight word. Okay. And now I've just made the sight words red to help us as readers so that we know that we already know some of those words, and the rest of the words are the words we're going to have to use our blending skills. Okay, are we ready to start reading this story? Okay. Where Did my cat dot go? And I'm going to pause right there for just a second because we're going to use, there were two more reading superpowers that we're going to use on this. You guys couldn't tell that I was doing this, but I was using pointer power to point at each word as I read it. And I was pointing one time for one word. So I pointed 6 times when I just read that sentence. And now the other reading superpower that I want us to use is I want us to reread the sentence again. Okay? Read it again with me, and this time we're going to read it a little bit more smoothly because we've already sounded out all of these words. Where did my cat dot go? Okay, let's look again. Do we have any sight words that we recognize here? All right. There were 4 sight words in this one. We've got go, here, by, and my. All right, and now I'm going to use my pointer power. I hope you're using your pointer power with me. Let's read this story or this sentence together. Did dot go here by my mom? And then you guys, we can also use picture power to kind of see. Does that make sense with what the word said? Does the picture make sense? Do the words look like they make sense too? Nice job. Okay, now let's use that reread power again to read it nice and smoothly. Did dot go here by my mom? Okay, next page. Let's look. Do we have any sight words on this page? Ooh, I see a few. Okay, so we have is, here, by, the. Okay, let's keep reading. Get that pointer power out. Dot is not here by the cot. And remember, a cot is like a bed. You can use picture power to see exactly what a cot might look like. Let's keep, actually, let's do reread power and read that sentence nice and smooth. Dot is not here by the cot. Okay, let's look. Do we have any sight words in this one? Touch your nose if you see a sight word. Ooh, I see one too. Okay, so our sight words are is, here, by, the. Now let's read the rest. Dot is not here by the fan. Oh, and then I can look at the picture. Does fan make sense? It does. Okay, now let's reread the sentence nice and smooth. Dot is not here by the fan. I'm wondering, where is Dot? Okay, let's look. Do we see any sight words? How many sight words do you see? Okay, so our sight words were is, here, by, and my. I think that's the same sight words we had for our last one. All right. Oh, and you know what? We've been reading dot a lot. I already can recognize that that word says dot. Okay, let's read it together. Dot is not here by my dad. Dad. Oh, and then we look at the picture. Does dad make sense? Yeah. All right, let's reread it nice and smooth. Dot is not here by my dad. Beautiful. All right, readers. Do you see any sight words here? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so we had is, here, in, and the. Now let's read our sentence. Dot is here in the hot sun. Nice job. And then I notice it's got an exclamation at the point at the end. So the character must be excited to find Dot. All right. Nice job, readers. I love the way I saw you using pointer power. I saw you using picture power. I saw you using blending skills. I also saw you using snap word power. Nice work, friends. And we also used reread power to reread and make sure we read it nice and smooth. And oh my goodness, we are using so many superpowers. We also used a power to check to make sure that it was okay. All right, readers, you guys did an excellent job reading with me today. Keep reading lots and lots of books at home. And if you need more books to read or help finding just right books, make sure you talk to your teacher. I know that we would all love to help you get books that would be just right for you to read. Have a great day. All right, friends, I actually don't know how to turn this off. So actually, bye for real. Have a good day.